Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome back to Budget with Ira. My name is Ira and on this channel we talk about budgeting, paying down debt and saving up for the life that you truly deserve. If that sounds like something you'd like to watch, please consider subscribing to the channel because we do have a lot of fun around here, bestie. We really do. On today's video, we're going to be doing Budget Bestie episode 4. Budget Bestie is a series on my channel where people anonymously submit their budgets and I take a look at them and see if I would do something different if I was in their situation. This is not financial advice. However, I might do something differently than somebody else. It's like a lovely thing to do. So yeah. Today's video is a good one, but let me show you something. In today's video, we're going to be using my paycheck bill tracker. This is an absolute stunner for people really trying to figure out their budget. It's a pad of 25 tear-off sheets. And the reason why this is really good, it's good for people who've never really done a budget before and they just want a scrap pad to try things, move things around, and then if it doesn't work, like rip it off and start again. It's really, really useful in getting a handle on your budget and what it looks like. These are available on my Etsy store, so take a look at them, bestie, because they are absolute beauts. So as I said, today's video is a doozy, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at episode 4. So in today's video, we are going all the way to New Zealand. So I know that I'm going to say pounds a lot, but when I say pounds, I mean dollars, all right? When I asked this person on the form what their main financial goal is, they just say, I want to get out of debt. So the sort of scenario is that they own a home with their sister. That's put them in a financial situation, which probably is a good thing for somebody their age, owning a home. But what they really want to do is to save up and own a home with them and their partner. They also have quite considerable debt as well. So we are going to be needing to look at a bit of a debt repayment plan too. It looks like they always seem to be sort of running out of money. However, when you look at their income compared to what their outgoings are, it looks like they're spending way more than they need to, and it's all unbudgeted stuff. But that's what it looks like on the surface. We won't really know until we've had a look at it. Just a 32-year-old based in New Zealand looking to get a home with my partner, but stuck with a home I own with my sister, where we both have a difference of opinions in what we both want. Want to be debt-free and one day be able to have a proper holiday with my partner who hardly travels. The finances I have shared are just my own and not my partner's. So yeah, I mean, it's a young person, 32 is young. They're in a comfortable place, but this debt is like a shackle around them. And it looks like they're trying to overpay debt by $100 a month. And sometimes they don't. And if they only pay $100, it ain't gonna go anytime soon. So we need to take a look at that, bestie. So without further ado, let's get budgeting. Okay, here we are with the paycheck bill tracker, and we're going to go through this budget. I need to remember that this is all in New Zealand dollars, but yeah, we're going to do the current one here. So let's do current, and let's go and start with income. So income is just one, it's just the normal income, monthly income, there's nothing additional, and that is 5,590.44. Now, just for a bit of context, New Zealand dollar is $1 to a 50p in Britain. So it's sort of like £2,700 basically. So yeah, that's the total amount, which is 5,590.44. The dollars are throwing me off. I'm just gonna have to not use them. So bills are relatively small. So first off, we've got mortgage, and they obviously share that with their sister, and their half is 1,050, and then they have like a bills account where all of the bills come out of. So they have like sort of have a shared account together, so they don't necessarily need to worry about it. So the bills is just one lump sum, and that is £400 into that separate account. And then next they have Netflix, which they take care of themselves. So that is all of their bills, which is not very much at all. So what that comes up to is $1,456.99, and that leaves them with $4,133.43. So yeah, not too bad, but we are about to like have a look at this. So in terms of envelopes, they have groceries, and for groceries they say that they spend $200 a month. Then they give themselves £20 a week for spending, which is obviously £80. $80. And then for transport, they do $80 as well a month. So $20 a week. And then they have petrol as well. So I don't really get that. So they've got a car, but they also do public transport. So not 100% sure about how that works, but I guess it might be a New Zealand thing. And then they obviously have that going out fund. So they say that they budget £20 a week for, but what they actually do is spend £100 a week on it. So let's just say the reality is £400 a month. So what that comes up to is $920, which leaves them with $3,213.43. So sinking funds, there are no sinking funds. They do have bills throughout the year. So obviously they have a yearly home insurance, which is for the year. So we're not going to include it, but we're going to write it down anyway, £850. Then they have contents insurance, which is for the year, and that is $150. And then they have car insurance, which they save up for the year as well, and that's $150. And then car service, which is a year-long thing, and that's $500. So I'm not going to include that in the budget because they don't include that in the budget either. So it gets to the end of the year, these things annualize, and they just have to pay for it out of pocket because there's no plan for it. So they are here because they're always lurking in the background, right? But we're not going to include them in the budget because they don't. Now, debt there's three. So I'm just going to move it over here, and we're going to move the money over here. So they have a credit card here, which the minimum payment for that is £150. And then they have a loan, and the minimum payment for that is $712.81. And then they owe tax to the US government for some reason, and that's £800 minimum. So in here, the debt minimums are actually $1,662.81, which leaves them with $1,550.62. Yeah, so that's what they're left with. And then they say that they like to put away £100 into savings, just general savings, £100, but that doesn't happen very often. And they're trying to put back for an emergency fund, which doesn't happen very often either, which is £20, which would be £120, and that would leave them with $1,430.62. Now, they want to get out of debt, and they seem to have this $1,000 that just seems to evaporate every month. Now, where do I think it's actually going? Well, glad you asked. I think they spend more on groceries than they realize. I think they buy more things than they realize. I think obviously they spend more when they go out as well. They're paying interest on these, and these bills crop up like way too often for them. So like if they're not planning for it and it just comes out of nowhere, they've got to find that 850, which, to be fair, they can afford it within their budget, but so much is going to debt. So if you think 1,001 to 662, it's like 20 to 25% of their whole salary. So that's going on that. So they should be having based off of this, they should be having a buffer of like $1,500, but it's just evaporating on junk. So this looks like they need some structure. So Bestie, let's get some structure in the place. So let's have a look at this new budget now. So obviously the income is not going to change, so it's 5,590.44, and we're not going to change the bills, so let's quickly fill them in. Okay, so we're in the same position we are because like the bills don't need to change. You can have Netflix, like let's just keep it as it is. But let's move over to envelopes. So this is what I would do in cash so we don't overspend. So if you are confident that groceries works for you, it's just you and like maybe your boyfriend helps out or whatever, $200 is what it is. And then if you are cool with your spending being what it is, let's keep that the same. So $20 a week, which gives you 80. Obviously, if you need transport for work, do it. $80, and the same for petrol. So we are not changing too much, okay? But going out, you do, I would. Don't spend 100. but be realistic. £20, you're not going to be $20. $20 you're not going to do, but maybe $100 a week is a bit excessive. So let's cut it down to 60 and let's go 240. Yeah, let's meet in the middle, but on your side. So that'll give you 240. So what I would do is I would do this in cash and just spend that and only that. Yeah, so if you're going out drinking, stop drinking when you get to $50 and save the 10 for something like a kebab on the way home, or whatever works for you is what I would do. So that comes up to 760, which leaves you with 3,373.43. So let's talk about sinking funds. So first off, we've got your home insurance, and that is normally paid annually, but I would be putting away £75 a month, $75 a month, because that'll get you there by the end of the year. And then obviously your contents, I would do the same, but it would be $15 a month, and car insurance is the same. Car insurance is the same. Thank you for the sale. I need to mute my phone. Car insurance is $15 as well. And then your car service, obviously, that's important as well. That would be $45 per month. I would then do Christmas, because that's the one that you know, it's important. I do $50 for that. And birthdays, so that's yours, people around you, your sister, your boyfriend, whatever, that would be $50 as well. Okay, so that comes up to $250, which leaves you with $3,123.43. Yeah, so let's go down to debt. And this is where I would really be challenging myself. So your debt minimums are $1,662.81, and then I would make a snowball because your debt is considerable. I would make a snowball of $1,337.19, which is $3,000. Yeah, it just is that much money at the moment, because yeah, I'll go through debt plan like afterwards. That would leave you with 123.43, and then what I would do with that, I would do emergency fund. I would put away $100 a month for 10 months, yeah, which would leave you 23.43 for accidents and stuff like that, 23.43 as a buffer. So I would make that happen until you get to £1,000. Then I would move up here and get yourself a holiday, yeah, and start doing $100 a month after your emergency fund is done, yeah. And once you've gone on holiday, add another £1,000 in. I'd do the two. But this is the bit here that I believe you need to take like a bit of extra care into. So let me show you what I would do if this was my debt and what my debt plan would be. Okay, so I would do the debt snowball approach. So let's look at all of the debt again. So we've got credit card, and what you owe on that is $5,000, and the minimum for that is $150. And then you have your loan, which is $20,000, and your minimum on that is $712.81. And then you owe tax, which you need to repay, and that is $50,000. And the minimum on that each month is $800. So your total amount that you owe is actually $75,000, and the minimums each month is $1,662.81. I would probably do the debt snowball this way round, with your smallest down to your largest, because it's going to give you more momentum. Now, your debt snowball, I would make $1,337.19, yeah, and that would mean that you're always paying £3,000 to debt until it's completely gone, right? So let's look at this. So your credit card, like ignoring any interest rates, because I don't know what the interest rates are, but if you added that $1,337.19 to the 150, that would give you a debt repayment figure each month of $1,487 19, which means that you would pay that off in 4 months. So you'd obliterate your credit card in 4 months by adding that much into it, yeah? If you only paid £150 a month, Lord knows how long it would take, because probably the interest on it is like 100 and something. So it probably takes significantly longer to pay it off. But after 4 months, your loan, based off of no interest, would be at you would have paid off £2,851.24. So it would be at £17,148.76. So you've already got a Snowball already. It's £1,487.19 plus the £712.81, which would mean that your current Snowball would be $2,200. And if you paid that every month, you'd have that then paid off in 8 months. So in a year, you'd have these two gone, right? So after 12 months, your tax, you would have paid off $9,600 just by paying the minimums, yeah? But it's 50K. So you'd have $40,400 left over. But your Snowball would be the 150, the 712.81, the 800, and the 1,300. So your Snowball at that point would be the full 3K. So 3K to pay off 40K would mean that you'd have a Snowball in dollars, not pounds, a Snowball of $3,000, and you will have that paid off in 14 months. Yeah. So you would become, based off of this plan, debt-free in 26 months, which is actually 2 years, 2 months. Okay, and what I would potentially do is see if I can earn an extra £6,000 somewhere to cut off 2 months, so you can have it done in 2 years. Okay, if you only paid off the minimums and if interest was not a thing, it would take you 4 years. But interest is a thing, so it'd probably take you something like 6 to 7 years. Yeah, without this plan. So sacrificing that for 2 years for the peace of mind in 2 years is way worth it to me. So that would be the debt Snowball approach that I would take. Okay, so yeah, here we are. This is the approach that I would take to this budget. Now, obviously, this is a young person. They want to save up and have their own place. But I would, priorities are different for every person. But my priorities would be to clear this debt down and get it gone. Because when you've got £3,000 spare every month, what could you do in terms of a deposit? Yeah, so if you're used to living like this, but potentially lifestyle creep might come in, and once debt's paid off, you might want to introduce maybe $500 into sort of all of this and get some more sinking funds and have some more holidays and stuff like that, because you would have earned it and you deserve it. But imagine like releasing $2,000 every single month towards saving up for a home. Like it will be so good. But at the moment, too much is going to debt, and I know I'm asking you to put more to it, but this is the approach that I would take. Obviously, this is not financial advice, so you don't have to do this. Do whatever you want, but this is the approach that I would take, and please let me know down in the comments if you would do something different. Hi guys, girls, non-bypass, thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. But if you aren't going to comment, please use this emoji. It's really interesting to see other people's budgets and how they work and how they function and stuff like that. I find it really rewarding to have a look at that and being able to make sense of it. Even though I can't look at everybody's budget and I can't see what I would do in your scenario, it's really, really good to sort of get pen to paper and see what you can do, and like try it a couple of times and figure it out and talk to your partner and talk to your friends and stuff like that. It's definitely worthwhile having a go at it if you really aren't quite happy with how your budget is laying at the moment. Thank you to that anonymous person who submitted their form. If you would like to submit a form for me to potentially take a look at, have a look at the link in the description. I might look at it, you never know. Also, massive thank you to the patrons and the channel members who support me, because without you I can't make any videos. And just thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you would like to become a Patreon or a channel member, take a look at one of the links in the description. You will not regret it, bestie. That's all we have for today, and thank you for being here with me. I really hope you liked the budget. I really hope you liked the series. I did originally say that I was only going to do 4 and see how it goes. I'm going to do 3 more because I really enjoy doing them, and hopefully it becomes a permanent fixture on this channel. Until the next one, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. And Bestie, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.